Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You're still watching Prime Life. We are joined by Nobuhle Ngema, who is a courageous author who tackles tough subjects like gender-based violence and mental health in her powerful novel titled Sin Goes Unpunished. Now, through her storytelling, Nobuhle sheds light on the struggles of survivors and the importance of seeking help. Today, she joins us to share her insights and the inspiring journey of the character in the book, Busisiwe, as she transformed from a victim to an empowered advocate for change. Thank you so much for joining us, Nobuhle Ngema, on Prime Life, and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Now, can you tell us, what themes does your book explore?
Okay. My book explores the themes of resilience, of healing, forgiveness, as well as love and family.
That is very interesting. Now, before we get into the book itself and the details, can you maybe take us through your writing journey? When was it when you actually realized that you had a passion for writing and you actually wanted to make this a career?
It's quite funny because I never thought of writing isn't like taking it in a form of a career. So what I used to do, I just liked storytelling because I had lies, like I had a lot of lies. So, I would just tell random stories like out of nowhere. And then when I got to tertiary, that is when I started pursuing journalism as a career, only because I was interested in acting. And then when I did journalism, that's when my love for writing actually emerged. I liked reading stories, just enjoy a variety of stories. And then that's when my love for writing actually emerged.
Mm. That is very
That's how I started writing. So writing Goes Unpunished was actually like the first book that I've ever written. I have others that are, still waiting to be published. So yeah, No Sin Goes Unpunished is actually my baby. That is like my first baby.
That is very interesting. Now, can you tell us what inspired you to take on the theme about GBV and mental health in this book?
Okay. So I will tackle GPV first. It was because of the increased number of cases, like on daily basis, every time you hear of GPV stories, and then also, taking also into account what's happening around our world. And then we also, okay, I personally also experienced GPV, like in a different form. So when I write, it is my POV and incorporates my experiences as well. And then also like, looking at what's happening in the world at large. And then the reason why I also had to incorporate the themes of mental health, it's because I came to the realization that actually GBV and mental health, they go hand in hand. For example, in my book, the main character, Busisiwe, she undergoes a variety of GBV. She experiences different forms of bullying, to a point of prostituting herself. So when she wanted to prostitute herself, she thought that would be her way to escape, only for her to end up with anxiety, anxiety. So those are some of like the long and short-term effects of gender-based violence. So you cannot separate gender-based violence and mental health because at the end of the day, they go hand in hand.
That is very interesting. And what impact do you hope this book will have on the readers, but also the character Busisiwe? What message do you hope her story will also convey to those who will be reading the book?
Healing. More than anything, it is healing, and also to forgive yourself. Um, you need to acknowledge that you are not responsible for what how you decide to deal with the matter at hand. It's most crucial. So through the book, I'm hoping that people like Busisiwe will not perceive themselves as victims but survivors as well.
Most definitely. And can you tell us about the importance of literature and how it can also help in educating people on, the of gender-based violence and also mental health issues?
Okay, the first thing that we need to look at, especially with dealing with fundamental issues like mental health and GBV, it has to be the causes first, like it has to be the actual causes before we can try to implement the solutions, and all that. So I think more than anything, we need to start looking at the causes. What causes gender-based violence? What causes mental health? What is mental health? So hence okay, hence I wrote the book. It was more than anything, I wanted to educate and also bring awareness.
And you spoke about that the impact that you hope it would have on readers is healing. What do you think communities can do to support the survivors to make sure that we have a healed community?
Okay, they shouldn't suppress survivors. They shouldn't make it feel like it was their fault. Maybe they got victimized in the first place. They should offer, safe spaces where they can be able to communicate and bring about like issues, talk about these things. That is the only way that is actually the beginning of the healing journey.
Mm. And
If you
for
can, yeah, offer like safe spaces
mm, mm,
without being, you know, without being judged, not judgmental spaces, but safe spaces rather.
mm, most definitely. And for those who are interested, Nobuhle, in reading No Sin Goes Unpunished, where can they purchase the book or access it?
Okay, they can get the book directly from me, and then they can also get the book from Lifestyle Bookstores. It's based in Maponya, in Soweto, as well as at Binoni.
Mm. And so far as since you have published the book, how has the feedback been like? How has it been received?
It has been received well. I don't want to lie. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the themes that I'm exploring, but people have received it quite well. It has also been reviewed. People like it a lot, and that brings encouragement to me as a writer
Mm.
to write even more.
Now, as we conclude our conversation, what final thoughts of encouragement would you like to leave with our audience, especially those who may be affected by GBV or mental health issues?
You are not alone. You are not alone, and silence is not always golden. So I would advise you to, keep talking, talk,
Mm.
talk. The more you talk, is the more you will heal.
Mm. And thank you so much, Nobuhle, for joining us and for sharing your journey, your story, and most importantly, just educating us on what to expect in the book No Sin Goes Unpunished. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. Viewers at home, this was an amazing conversation that we just had with Nobuhle Ngema, and we're doing her book review titled No Sin Goes Unpunished, and it's all about shedding light about gender-based violence and also mental health issues. And she did mention that if you are interested in purchasing the book, make sure that you do actually purchase it directly from her or from Lifestyle Books. And yeah, make sure that you do get a read and understand exactly what she was writing about and the importance of spreading awareness on GBV and mental health issues. But on that note, it's time for us to head over to a quick break. We'll see you after this.